that there was a treaty that was keeping us from having at least an agreed-upon nuclear buildup, even though the Russians weren't abiding by it. Is there a danger that in 6 months we could all be out of a treaty and bad things can happen?
Yes, because whenever you have a treaty, you have verification, you have inspectors, you have some sense of what's going on the ground. And of course, when the U.S. has that sense, our European allies do too, because we share with them the intelligence. And at the end of the day, when we're talking about intermediate ranges, we're talking about a threat to our allies as well as U.S. troops and citizens living and working in Europe. So I think it's better to have a treaty. The other thing is, of course, it's always better to build on these treaties. Arms control does work. Yes, there's always danger of cheating, and yes, this Russian government under Vladimir Putin has been cheating on every arms control agreement, whether it's conventional or nuclear, but you still have to try. It saves money for Americans. It reduces the risk. At least we're talking. And we have another arms control agreement. I don't know whether you mentioned it yet, but the New START agreement, which basically puts a cap on the overall number of nuclear weapons in Russia and in the United States. Very helpful. We don't want to put that into jeopardy either.
We've got John Bolton advising the president on a lot of these things. He's hawkish. We have Vladimir Putin, who has proved that he's hawkish. This isn't 1987 with Reagan and Gorbachev sitting down.
Right. Well, yeah. Sorry, Ali. What you have is you have actually Vladimir Putin, the guy who said, I'm really upset that there's no more Soviet Union. He blames Gorbachev. He wants to undo everything Gorbachev did. So this is kind of a logical thing for him to want to dismantle. Although, again, as I said, they do have a real long-term China concern. So that's different. And Bolton, as I said, he doesn't believe that you can trust arms control. He believes the other side's always going to cheat, so it's not worth it. But even when there's cheating, it's still worth it.
Evelyn, good to talk to you. Thank you. I needed somebody like you to help make sense of this. Evelyn Farkas is a MSNBC national security analyst. She's a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Russia, Ukraine, and Eurasia. It's time for Monument.